We're live here tonight. I hope everybody can hear me. I am happy to be here. It is, let's see, November. Believe it or not, we are in November and it is the 14th. I had to look because I never know about that kind of stuff as it is, anyways. So, I see that the notifications just started going out. So, that's kind of cool. So, I want to definitely get on and see what we got going on. There's been a few people that I've spoke to today via text messages that may or may not come in to see us. If you can hear me, I would love to hear your comments and see what's going on. We can talk about a couple things that's coming up. I have some stuff. Thanks. Hey, Katie, what's going on? So I have a bunch of things going on throughout the rest of the year. I guess we've got like Christmas parties coming up. We have, different events, things. There's a lot going on. I'm sure you guys know that there is a CROC Fest. I think it's December 11th. It will be at Gatorland. I have prior engagement, so I will not be there. What's up, Dan? How you doing, buddy? I hope all's good. That's Dan's joining us right here. He is from the Sarasota Jungle Gardens. He works with us. He also does a lot of work with his favorite snake is Burmese python, so he's always down there catching them and removing these dangerous things from the Everglades. Anyhow, so we got a bunch of stuff coming up like that, so I'm kind of excited. And let's see here. Let's see who else is coming in. What's going on? Here we go. Smooth stuff. And Katie's here. Still kind of picking up. So we'll see if you're there. If you're here and you're on, please send me a message. So I know you're here. What's up? How you doing, Michael Forrester? What's going on, buddy? It's good to see you too. How are things going with you, my man? You guys can go ahead and reach out. Hello, Judy. I'm trying to get this up and rolling, but feel free. Like if you're in here right now and you're coming on, what's up, Joseph? What's up, buddy? That is the CROC father himself. If you guys are popping in, say what's up, man. Throw me some comments. I'll see what's going on about bringing on some people and so on and so forth, different things here and there. So I definitely want to do that. Yeah. So we are definitely moving forward. I am going to see what we have coming up. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. Gatorland, December 11th, they're having CROC Fest there. So remember that. Definitely put that into your calendars. I will not be there. I have another engagement. A few of us have other engagements. I wasn't sure when it was going to be, and I didn't hear soon enough. So I'm sorry I'm going to miss that. But I've been talking with Marissa Tellez, who's down in Belize. She's the Crocodile Research Coalition down there. So next week, she said she's going to try, no guarantees, but most likely try to come on the show and talk to us a little bit about the wild population of American crocodiles and Morlet's crocodiles and whatever else she runs into, howler monkeys, cave crocs, whatever else they can do it. Wendy said she can't make it either. Well, that sucks, Wendy, I guess. Well, I hope to see you guys sometime this season, Wendy, for sure. I hope we can definitely check it out. Yeah, it's going to be kind of one of those crazy things. It kind of just up and crazy. So, yeah, back to that. She's going to come back. Marissa's going to come on and talk to us next week, probably about, like I said, and there's some things she's looking into. If you guys follow her Instagram it's either Croc Parasites or the Crocodile Research Correlation, man, she's been looking at stuff that they've been looking at, like cave crocodiles, similar to the crocs that the dwarf crocs, those little ones they called cave crocs, whatever. Dan said, I can't wait for Winter Croc Fest. All right, buddy. I'm glad. You should have a good time there. I was supposed to head out to do research with them before I got COVID. Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. I've been down there with her, Joseph. It is awesome, dude. I mean, the places that they get into and the things that they're doing, man, it's just and the wildlife is awesome. Just the howler monkeys and seeing the big crocs. Her and I were kayaking, and I would be lying if I told you what river. I don't remember it, but we went over this huge morlets. And I got to tell you something, man. I've seen a lot of morlets here in the country, but in their wild habitat, man, they're big. They're these big, wide-headed crocs. They're just big, girthy crocodile. When I say big, I'm not talking about 12, 13 foot, but even a 9 or 10 foot morlets is a big, thick crocodile. Verbatim, if you think about crocs in general, if you were to put a 16-foot, or let's just be a little different. If you were to put a 14-foot Nile crocodile next to a 14-foot saltwater crocodile, so a Niloticus next to a salty, a porosis, if you will, the Nile croc's going to be bigger, more dense all the way, dude. All the way. What's up, Heidi? How you doing? So they're going to be twice as dense all the way long. So if you guys want to look at that comparison, I know that the salty's supposed to be the biggest reptile on the planet because it does get a little larger, but side by side, there's definitely more girth. And also, for those of you who don't, you look into the Orinoco crocodile. The Orinoco crocodile is a giant croc. So Flavia and I just went down. We drove down to Texas and we visited the Gladys Porter Zoo. And our favorite person, Colette Adams, obviously has been there forever and a day. Not trying to age her, but she's been there a long time. And we got to see a whole bunch of crocs. What's up, John Brickle? Good to see you, bruh. Good to see you. So we got to do that kind of stuff for sure. Anyways, we saw her Orinoco crocs. They were absolutely beautiful, very beautiful, like just super super cool. So, and that's another really really big crocodile. So you guys, I got to tell you, if you guys get to be around the Mortleys crocs or whatever, please do that because they're big crocs too, for sure, big crocs. And I got some other projects going on. Let's see here, who's texting me. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know. I know. All right. I've sent those. I'm waiting. There's people want to pop in here and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure. Let me see what I got here. I've got a copy of this. Yep. I'm gonna make sure I'm still good to go there. I'm gonna do something here real fast while I'm doing it, while I'm talking to you guys, just in case. Hang on a second there. They are goofy looking, Dan. Dan said they. Let's see. It's not the size. It's what you do with it that counts. That's pretty true, Dan. That's pretty true. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's get this copy here. All right. Let me go back over here. Just going to do something really crazy here. Let's see if we can find it and get back to talking to you guys. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. All right, John. Brickle. Look in your messenger, buddy. Anyways, so yeah, John Brickle's done some work with us too out there. We used to work at the gardens together. It was a lot of fun. I was going to tell you too. We had a visitor the other day come out and visit that used to work there. If you get to take a guess who it was. But anyways, if you look into your, I just sent you something, John. Look inside your messenger, buddy. Just look into your messenger. Where are you these days, anyways, my friend? But yeah, get back into looking at the Mortleys crocodiles. They are pretty cool. But the Orinocos are big, bulky, really, really awesome, just beautiful species of animals. And there's so much going on with them right now, like the re-release program and stuff with the Mortleys or the Orinocos. I'm really interested to see how all that works out. So a few of them are getting shipped out all over the country over there to different zoological parks, etc. But they raise them up to a certain size and they're going to be released into the wild. I think being part of something like that is really, really, really cool. So with that being said, I hope to God we can bring that back. I guess they're having a lot of troubles in their native land, and that's something I want to talk about with people in general. Because let's see, did I put that on here? Let's see. I'm looking, John. Hold on. Let's see if this is it. I'm trying here. I'm trying. Everybody's always like, oh, you have all these animals, or you guys do this, or zoos are bad, or stuff. But guys, there's really no place to put those things anymore. So at the end of the day, like with some of these big monitor lizards and even green iguanas are in danger where they're from. Burmese pythons don't do well in their homeland. So, there has to be captivity in certain sets of levels of that, as far as that goes. I mean, with whatever it is. But you definitely have to look into your research before you just throw it back out there, because that's never really going to be a thing. That's not something you could ever really do, is just throw something back out. You have to do a lot of research with them and put it out there. Any animal that's in captivity now, that's been born in captivity for 10, 20 plus years, you can't just take their offspring and throw them into the wild. They're habituated a little differently. And so, they're not as immune to the diseases that's in their home country. There's a few other things going on. And people will argue with me about that all the time. And they'll tell you that they're conservationists or whatever they do. And most of them are liars and none of them are conservationists and stuff. So I tell people all the time, I support conservation. But my opinion of a conservationist is someone who goes out on the front lines and digs ditches or works with these animals and really puts their whole time and effort, everything they can, and every dollar they have into conservation. And there are a lot of people out there that do that. Me, I try to give back to it as much as I can. We put money and we put time and effort. So I support conservation. I'm not this true to the core conservationist, because that's a greater thing, man. You got to conserve everything, not just the animal that you like. So like if you like, snakes, that's great. If you like crocodiles, that's great. So you can be supporting conservation of those animals, but true conservationists, man, they're protecting the fauna, the plants, the waterways, everything out there. And they do a lot with it. So you got to think about that too. For sure. John, are you still with me? John Brickle, you still on here? If you are, man, message me, dude, on here. Let me see that you're still watching. All right, take a drink. And it is Sunday night. It's kind of a mellow night. I know that some people are I appreciate y'all coming here because I know there's a lot going on, and I try to hold on to this and keep this going because it is it's a form of being able, it's what's the best word for it? It's a therapy, man. Like coming on here and being able to talk with everybody and having fun and being yourself, and even you guys reaching out and so on and so forth. It's pretty cool, and answering your questions or seeing your comments and really touching base with you guys is really cool too. So this is a good thing. And I know Sunday nights are tough. There's a lot of people with families getting kids ready for school and making things a little bit different. So like I said, once again, I do appreciate y'all being here and stuff. So please, man, feel free to interact. If you guys are here and you want to type in something like that, give me a topic. Let's just start talking shit. I really don't care. You know, that's what I'm all about. Let's see here. Who's doing this now? People send me stuff all the time. Making sure. Sorry, trying to respond to. I'm trying to tell them, some people I'm on the show, to go ahead and click over there and check it out. This cold weather, man, it sucks. I can't even trap right now. Yeah. So Dan, how's it? I mean, yeah. I mean, what are you doing with your animals? I mean, are you been hectic past 2 weekends? Yeah. Has it, buddy? Joseph has been hectic these past 2 weekends. Yeah. So what are you doing with your animals, Dan? Are you do you have to put a heat lamp on your outdoor reptiles, or do you just keeping them in the garage, heated in the garage? Let me know. And so what's been going on too? What's Joseph, what's been hectic, man? What have you got going on? What's the deal, bro? Like, what do you got happening? You know, what's going on? Let me know, man. Talk to me. What is going on? So yeah, I've tried to do that. I tried to see if John was still here, but I don't see him. He said, "What's up?" But I didn't see him come back. Did I see him on here? I know I saw him on here. Let me look back up here and see what I got here. Let's see, Dan. My tegus have been brumating. They're heated in the garage. Nice. So that's kind of a good thing, you know. That's funny because this cold weather has been a lot of the animals are pretty resilient to it. Like a lot of people think, oh, the reptiles are going to die. That's not necessarily true. Like I don't even bring my tortoises in unless it's going to be under 50. John, you're back. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right. John's back. Good. John, did you have a chance to look inside your Messenger? I sent you something in Messenger. I want you to take a look at it. If you can jump back over there and get your signal back, go into your Messenger and take a look at that for me, buddy, just so you can see it. Anyways, a lot of those tegus and green iguanas and stuff, this type of weather won't wipe them out. So like a lot of people are like, oh my God, I got to get a heat lamp on my animals and this and that. Yes, I have some South American species. So working on heading south. Fuck this winter shit, John says. So I do have some South American species and stuff that I do bring in and I heat. I don't like it to go below 65 for them. So if it really is, you know, there's a lot of that bullshit going on too. So understand that. If it's 50, I'm like, okay, if it's going to be below 50 for 2 or 3 nights, I'll bring in the bigger tortoises. But if not, they do really well. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone out and it's been 50 degrees and I go to move one of them, you pick them up and it's about 75, 80 degrees under their belly. So their evolutionary process really works well as far as keeping them warm. Let's see. This is Joseph said, was down at Homestead last weekend dealing with a situation, ended up down there till Tuesday, and yesterday come up for what I spoke about dealing with that. Yeah, I know, bud. I know you've been pretty busy and stuff, and I've noticed that there were some people stealing from Tom Crutchfield and all that kind of shit too, man, and that's really fucked up. So for those of you out there that didn't know, Tom Crutchfield was broken into, and those of you that do know, you know, they took a lot of his animals and discarded some of them like they were trash, and if I'm not mistaken, I still think that they're holding or someone has kept one of his crocodile monitors, and I think that's really, really fucked up, you know. And for someone doing that, that's just messed up. I want to find the coldest weekend and go down there and pick up all the cold iguanas. Well, for what, buddy? You can't do anything with them. Must be because of the problems. So John's having issues. Must be because of the problems with the ports and trucks. Okay, I understand. All right. Dan, didn't they find the house of the idiot? I don't know, Dan. I don't know all about it. I'm sure Joseph does. If he's allowed to talk about it, he can. He's here. Yeah. If you can, Joseph, bro, if you want to, if they found that guy or you know anything about it, man, put it up. I'll post it up there for people to see. I think that's terrible, man, for someone to, that's just, you know, any one of us here that have any animal companions, and I like to use the word companions because I try not to say anything's a pet. I do have animals that we do educational outreach programs with. And sometimes people get upset with me, like, you don't name it. No, because sometimes I just let a box turtle be a box turtle, or sometimes I just let a snake be a snake, you know? And the reason I do that is because if I put an emotional name on every single thing I have, I would never keep track of it and I would forget. Actually, I'd probably run out of names. So you saw that too, John? I was unaware of that. If you know, I'm sorry, I was unaware. I was unaware of that. John, if you want to do that, check it in, pop in. You can talk to me about it if you want to. John, Mr. Brickle, click that tab and come see me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For any one of us that have animals, for someone to break in and to do something like that to somebody, and steal something that they love, you're listen, dude. I've done a lot of things to people, but never to anybody that didn't deserve it, and two, not to somebody. You don't do that. There's just some things that that's beyond. I mean, that's beyond like stealing a sandwich from a gas station and being an asshole. That there's just stealing somebody's, because you have to worry about a lot of these people. Tom loves his CROC monitors a lot, and I see the work he's done with them. Okay, and he cares about them, generally cares about everything he has. But I know he loves his CROC monitors, and so can you imagine not knowing? The feeling like when you lose your dog and it's gone somewhere, and you don't know if someone's got it, or if it's been hit by a car, or if it's being taken care of. It's an all night stress that just sits in your body, and it's one of the most disgusting things to do to a person. So I hope when they find that person who does it, or they do have the animal, that they whip the shit out of them with oil and bull whips before they put him in jail. Cane that motherfucker. I think that's just disgusting. It's disgusting. And as great of a compound that Tom has, that has to be somebody that knows his buildings pretty well. And so that's even more disgusting. So I think, people are fucking disgusting. How about that? You want to be, people often say like, oh, you want to be mean. I think that you want to definitely be, I try to be a good person, but sometimes you just can't. You just really just want to tear someone's mouth apart, kind of like King Kong did to that Tyrannosaurus Rex. You just split their mouth, man. You just hate them because people just do some terrible things, and I there's no excuse for that at all. I would be really upset about that. So I could be mistaken too, Joseph, if they did find the monitor. Did they not? I don't even know if they even found that crocodile monitor yet. I just saw that he had posted something that I think it said it was still missing, and I've been traveling, so I haven't had a chance to get back to him. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here. So Joseph here, for those of you that can't read that, he said the two main people involved are a dude named Jonathan Perez and D'Angelo Moxie Estrella. Okay. Things have been in motion and will continue to go until they return the animals, but that's about all I can say here, unfortunately. No, man, that's good. At least you said that, and there's a line on it, because I think that's just disgusting. I hope the animals come back, and I'm sorry, Tom, if you're watching, or Joseph, you see him, tell him like, man, I'm sorry, and that's just disgusting, and that's disgusting. It's disgusting. So God forbid anybody tries that here, because this place is well viewed with cameras, and I got to tell you that I don't hesitate. I will shoot out the window. If I see somebody on my property, I'm going to kill you. So if it's somebody over here to play a joke on me or bring me something, Ricky, if you're going to sneak in or something, let me know you're coming, buddy, because I don't want to have to be sad. You know what I mean? It would be sad if you leave without a head. I'm not kidding you, folks. If somebody broke onto my property and was taking something precious to me or one of my animals, I'm shooting to kill. I don't even care what red tape I have to go through. It doesn't matter to me. Do not come over here. Do not come over here, ever. Yep. Dan said, yeah, you have to be careful who you become friends with. You can never really trust anyone because people backstab all the time. I should know. Yeah, they do. Ricky, you're laughing. I know Ricky wouldn't do that, though. Ricky always calls me when he finds cool shit. Like he'll find like a Skeletor or something. Oh, bro, look at this, man. I'm like, get it. And we meet up and shit. But I'm just saying, just like you, Ricky, if anybody ever came into your house or onto your property, steal your shit, man, shoot them. Ask questions later, because I don't want one of my animals out there somewhere. I'd rather have them here and have Katie taking care of them while I sit in jail until we get to the bottom of it. That's what I can tell you. I had someone try to steal an Aljabra 2 months ago. They ran out, locked and loaded, but my dog took him down before I could. Good. That's a good dog right there. But see, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I don't know that I would run out. I would just look out the window on the camera. I get alerts, and my property is under surveillance. Everybody who knows me knows that. So walk on here and stuff, and I'm just not sure what would happen. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like a lot of people coming around. Dan said, shoot first and ask questions later. Yeah. If somebody's doing something to your family, and that is your animals, folks, that is your animals. And people can disagree with me and call me whatever, cancel nation. Well, you're just insensitive. I'm not. Somebody does something to your family, and that includes your animals, with your family. You do what you got to do. It's either a ball bat to the head or you shoot them. I don't really care. I'm sick and tired of it, because all these little people go around doing dirty things and getting away with it and acting like assholes. And so, it's enough's enough, man. Enough's enough with that. And stealing somebody's animals is unacceptable. That's an offense that I just, that's just dirty, man. Stealing's just dirty in general. Just to steal or manipulate someone for something, that's just dirty. And there's terms like that. There comes a lot to that stuff with stealing. When you manipulate somebody, or you manipulate them to so they allow you to use them, they're a piece of shit too. I think that that's really disgusting as well. Like befriending people who have cool stuff so you can use them for Instagram fame and all that. I see a lot of that out there. I see a lot of that ignorant stuff. Where I don't know. I always believe that a reputation surely by far surpasses any immediate gratification that you would be able to come in touch with at all. Period. You know. Let me see something. Ricky Martin. Oh yeah, I have recently taken an interest in buying guns. So yeah, try your best. If you're quicker than a hollow point, then you've earned that animal, and that animal you steal from me doesn't kill you first. That's so awesome, Ricky. I totally believe. I totally love it. That's cool. I believe you too. I won't be going to your house either. Ricky lives in a really nice place. I'm not going to try to break in and steal his cobras because you can imagine someone trying to steal a cobra or something venomous from Ricky, and they're trying to get out, and Ricky shoots them, right? But he doesn't kill them right away, right? They go down. Now they're there and they're trying to hold on to something. They bite him through the bag. So not only is he going to be shot to fuck, he's also gonna be bit up by cobra. And oh my God, can you imagine how terrible that would be? Yeah, who needs a weapon? So Dan says, who needs a weapon when you have venomous snakes? Just throw it on someone. That reminds me, a long time ago when I was a young kid, when I was probably 16, 17. And he said, ain't no one stealing Mr. Cuddles. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to get back to my story because I'm getting sidetracked as everybody's talking to me here. Mr. Cuddles, for those of you who don't know, is came from Joseph, but it's one of Ricky's CROC monitors. And I saw him post him trying to bring him in on a cold night. And that was the coolest still shot picture I've seen of that thing swinging around, bro. Yeah, nobody's stealing Mr. Cuddles. You have a better chance of stealing a little cobra than you do Mr. Cuddles. That dude. So maybe we shouldn't make our CROC monitors nice, Joseph. Maybe we just leave them wicked like that and just shift train them. That way when someone grabs one, they're just fucked up. Because let me tell you something, man. A lot of people don't understand this, but crocodile monitors are the longest lizard on the planet. They get longer than Komodo dragons, okay? Komodo dragons are the most dense, biggest lizards. Longest lizards are going to be the CROC monitors. And let me tell you, they're no joke. They're no joke. We have friends that have sent us videos back of CROC monitors hunting out of trees in the wild. And I got to tell you, when they were really super duper importing those things, these little guys, these little islander dudes that have to climb up there, Indonesia and stuff, and climb up to grab one of those things out of a tree. God bless them. I can't even imagine grabbing and I remember back in the day in like the late 90s, early 2000s, man, where just an imported CROC monitor would rip your head off, and it was like 5 feet long. I can't imagine what it would be like to climb a tree and grab a wild one like that out of a tree in its own domain. I mean, you got to be ballsy, dude. Ballsy. You got to have some balls. So here, Dan's giving us a little bit of stuff. It says the longest one is the CROC monitor, 2, the Komodo, and then the water monitor. That's right, buddy. Joseph, worst monitor bite on the planet. Those teeth will fuck your day. Yeah, those teeth will. They'll fuck your day up for sure. Let's see what we got here. Wow. I'm just getting stuff from Jimmy, man. He's talking to me about stuff. This is just terrible. Let's see here. Make sure everybody's back in date here. Okay. Yes, you can. Okay. All right. That's all right. Yep. Everybody's just texting me and stuff. Ricky, I removed a loose tooth out of his mouth with a pair of tweezers. You know what, Ricky? Sometimes I respect you for the size of balls that you tuck into them skinny jeans, motherfucker. That's all I can tell you. I fucking love Ricky Martin, man. I always have. I wish, man, we got to get together and do some skating. I told you, man, I got some of them boards now that electric that do about 40 miles an hour. Me and Flavio bought them too, and I got an extra one. You should come over one time. Dan says, wait, I think this is right. 1 Komodo, 2 water monitor, 3C. What do you think? I'm pretty sure the longest, I think you're right. Weight is the Komodo. It is the heaviest, most densest lizard on the planet. At 10 foot, I think they can, you got to correct me. I think I read somewhere that they can get up to 250 pounds or something like that. Isn't that right, Joseph? 250 pounds on them. He's a Verenidae guy, man. He would know a lot about that. So yeah, we just looked at some Komodo dragons the other day, and they were awesome. The ones that they have out and about. There's some at the Gladys Porter Zoo, and then they have one at they have a couple really cool ones at Zoo Tampa. I like to go see. I got someone chiming in here. Let's see who it is. Who's clipping on me here? I see somebody coming into the green room, but I don't I see a white box. So let's see. Brickle device not. And then John Brickle, I think, is popping in here. Let's see here. What do we got here? Says like somebody's coming in. We're going to see who it is. Says Kimberly's coming on here, but I don't see her yet. Says she was popping in. She said she wanted to come in and see what was going on. So that's what I'm trying to do. Looks like it's acting up a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see here. There she is. All right, let's see if we can add her in here. She's kind of glitchy. If you can hear me, Kim, you're a little bit glitchy. I don't know if it's your service on where you're at or what you're doing, but try to log out and log back in.
Yes, I can hear
you.
And
then we will go from there. It's really like freezing up. Son of a gun.
Is it?
Man, that glitched me all up. I'm sorry about that. Just try to pop out and we'll try to do it again. I see you up there. I just don't. You're like frozen. I hope I'm not frozen. Am I still frozen? Yes. Joseph said you can hit Komodos can hit over 200 pounds easily. So that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. Who do we got here? We got John's on. What's up, John? Can you hear us?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah,
I can't hear you, buddy. I can't hear you. I see you. You look freezing cold. You have some glasses on, but I can't hear you. But you look like you're frozen out there, man. That's ridiculous. I can hear but not see. Daniel said he can hear but not see. Man, this is just golly, guys. What's going on with this crap?
So they can hear me, but you can't hear me.
Let's do this. Let me try to do something here and see what we got going on here. Why it's like that. Man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It like threw me all for a loop here, guys. John's frozen, but he is here. I see you, John. I just can't hear you, bud. I just can't hear you. And I'm waiting on Kim to come on as well. I wish I could hear your volume. Let's see if I can do something with that and see if that helps any. I can't. And there's Kim. I'm going to try to add her too. And then we'll try to add everybody in and see what we can do here. I'm trying, Kim. I'm trying. John, I wish I could hear you, bud. I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Ashley said she can hear and see him too. Cool. Can anybody hear John besides me? Brandy said she can hear, but not, she can see, but not hear. Is my volume bad too? This is just weird. I have all three of you guys, and now I don't feel like anybody can hear me. So hang on a second here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's just see. Let's try something. Let's try something. Hold on. I'm going to try something else. Just so we're not so confusing. Hang on just a second. All right. Is anybody there? Can y'all talk? Brandy, you can hear me, but can you hear John or can you hear Kim? Joseph can hear me. Can you hear John Brickle or can you hear Kimberly? I see everybody, but I can't hear them. For some reason, I can't hear them. Yep. Michelle said I'm good. What's up, Michelle? I can hear you. That's it. John is mute. So you're muted, John. I don't know why, but you're muted. That's the weirdest thing. I have no idea. Let me try something here and see if I can see what's going on with the audio here. I transferred over to internal speakers to kind of change it, and it looks like the wow, everything's just thrown for an absolute loop, guys. I'm really sorry about that. So John's muted, huh? Wow. I see you, Kim. I can see you too, John. I just can't hear you, buddy. All right, this is terrible, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Really sorry about that. It's really messing this stuff up. Let's see what other kind of comments. I got some other comments here. Let's see what we got.
Hi, Heidi. Oh, God, I'm alone. Beautiful weather we're having. I love it here. Anybody else like beer? I like beer. I don't know what to do. So, what's your favorite beer? I'm looking. I'm trying to read. I like turtles. I also like turtles. I like polar bears, all kinds of bears. Whatever I want. Let's not talk about whatever I want. Did you guys see that they did the first kidney transplant on a human? They took a pig's kidney and it successfully worked in a human. Hashtag nerd. Where am I from? Michelle, I'm from Alabama right now, but I'm not going to say I'm from here because nobody wants to be from Alabama. From Colorado, Florida, South Dakota, New Orleans, now Alabama. Where is everybody else from? I like the silence. Alabama, the mud lover's paradise. See, I don't love mud. I love mountains and I love lakes and I hate beaches. That is where I win, sir. Florida via New York, New York. 2 New Yorks. New York, New York. I've been to upstate New York, the more of the farmland. I've never been to the actual city, which I feel like is overrated. But I would like to go to the Big Apple one day. Thank you, Dan. Yes, beaches are overrated. I don't appreciate the beach. You get sand everywhere. You're salty. Your hair feels like shite. And in the Everglades, it's just muddy and yeah. At least you can deal with that. I can deal with mud. It comes off. No. Joseph says I'm not missing anything in New York. Upstate New York was pretty. I'm not going to lie. I was like the farmland and whatever. I don't know if that was like years ago though. Like 10 plus years ago, and it was still really pretty. I don't know about the city. I feel like the city has giant rats like New Orleans and giant cockroaches like New Orleans, and there's a lot of people, and they're all angry, and I probably wouldn't enjoy that. Dan said there's cool wildlife like sea turtles or hammerheads, so go to the beach. I'll agree with that. Like, I will totally snorkel. I'll go see some sea turtles. I love coral. I will go look at coral all day long. I'm not going to touch it, but I'll love looking at it. And the anemones and all of that. I am down for the beach. Any other time? No, I don't like sunbathing, none of that. Michelle says, hell nah. New York City is not overrated. She had the best time. What was the best thing about New York City? Please tell me, because I don't know. After living in New Orleans, which I know is not comparable to New York, but big cities are not for me. I don't know. So what is so great about New York? Dan, yes. Sitting there and tanning and taking Instagram selfies is kind of boring. Exactly. If I want to go get an Instagram selfie at the beach, I'm going for 5 minutes and then I'm leaving. I'm going to pretend I was there and pretend I enjoyed it, but I actually did not. Michelle says she was born and raised on Long Island and was a paramedic in Jamaica, Queens, and she did all her training.
Damn!
Thank God you're back.
I know. I don't know what happened. I'm glad we're still running because everybody came in and it completely booted me. I hope everybody's still there and staying on there. I'm sorry, Kim. I don't know if it was John's connection because John linked in and it kicked us all off. John, can you hear me okay?
How we hate the beach and how New York is not overrated.
Let's see here. Can everybody hear me? Am I good?
I can hear you.
Perfect. I just want to make sure.
Good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I was born and raised Long Island. Okay, cool. Thanks for continuing the show, Kim. You did great. Thank you, Kim. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I'm alive. It was weird because you got to understand that I have a protection plan on here because there was an old version of this before they did all the updates. And so what happens is if I'm the host, I can leave these guys on as teams. So if as long as they maintain the show, and we get kicked off. It's a lot like BeLive. It'll preserve it online while my computer reboots. So kind of goes back to the same thing. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Kimberly made the show. What happened, buddy? I saw John a glimpse of him, dude, and he looked like he was like frozen to death. I have never seen that. I've never seen him that way. John didn't look like that back when we were together. It was hot. This guy looks like he's in a snowstorm. What Joseph? I did 30 years in New York before moving to Florida, and besides my family being there, I don't miss that shit at all. That's awesome. You guys must be talking about cold weather. How was it by you, Kim?
But we were talking about how I hate the beach and it's only good for wildlife. Like, I think Dan, if there were sea turtles or hammerheads, Michelle said that New York wasn't overrated because I said New York was overrated. And we were talking about how I don't like big cities.
Yeah.
So
it's neat to see. It's neat to see one time. Like if you're going to go, like everybody likes to go to New Orleans and they like it. The part of New Orleans that I like is like where the voodoo happens and the paranormal. Going down the street where everybody's urinating and vomiting on your shoes and it smells, I have no desire to be there, not whatsoever. But I do like some of the old stuff, the old parts of the New Orleans like that and stuff. Katie and I wanted to get down there. It's pretty awesome.
You go back and it's like you have all these mausoleums. Like everybody had a mausoleum and it's so cool.
You got to understand, a lot of us weren't raised in the city. So it's like a captive animal. I always grew up on land and I always had animals and a lot of property and lived in a lot of really awesome places. It's not that I didn't really like the city. It's too congested. And the one part of wildlife that I really don't like to see are humans. And so anytime you go to a city, it's just a bunch of fucking humans. And I'm very picky about what humans I like in my troop, a lot like a lemur. So that's the part about big cities. I don't care. I saw Michelle said she misses, I do miss being in NYC. I was like, it was badass. And she said she misses her friends and the food. She said she misses her friends and the food. I can understand that if you're from there.
I can get being the medic part. I'm sure she like being a medic in New York City. She probably saw some really wild shit. Like it was probably the craziest.
I'm sure. New York's great for a visit. I have my favorite haunts. That's John Brickle, of course, but you probably have a lot of favorite haunts everywhere. Dan said, I hate the city. People are spoiled as crap.
Yep.
You know, yeah, I mean, yeah, I totally agree. There's a lot of that. Listen, I like a lot of the older stuff. I like I said, if I could go to the New York side and find some really cool areas that's out of the beaten path. But don't get me wrong, I've been to New York. I've been to LA more often than I care to say. And I've been to some really big cities. Chicago was a neat city. Chicago was a really cool city to be through. Flavia and I just drove through. We had to go through some of the big cities in Texas. They're a lot of fun too. But I got to tell you, when we went to Brownsville, it was pretty fun. I really liked it down there. Brownsville's down there by Padre Island, something like that. I think it's down there. It's all the way on the peninsula of Texas down there, like all the way down by the beach. And so we went to Gladys Porter Zoo and we saw some badass shit. And I got to tell you, what's up, Corey? Good to see you, bud. Corey's a friend of ours. He's saying hi. We were driving down. We went to the zoo, and Colette, she just took really, really good care of us.
Oh, that's the difference. You had Colette with you in Brownsville. Like, come
on.
Well,
Ashley Nicole said, you had fun in Brownsville. I sure did, Ashley. I had a blast. And you guys do a great thing with your animals there. You know that. And I love seeing everybody. It was awesome. We had a really good time down there playing with the baby cassowaries. We were watching how they train them and stuff, and they were a lot of fun too. And the Galapagos tortoises, getting to pet the rhinoceros was pretty awesome.
Dope.
I got to tell you, dude, that's so dope. That animal is so fucking big. When they walk up to you, it was so impressive. And one thing I think is funny. Go ahead, say something. What do you got, Kim?
Cool moments.
Yeah, it is. Every now and then you get something cool like that. Daniel said, "Hey Corey, how you doing, boo?" I guess they got. Dan said, "I miss you." So there must be some love there I'm unaware of. But the keepers there. Let me tell you something about the Gladys Porter Zoo. And I'm not just saying this because we love Colette, but that zoo. I've been to a lot of zoos. Hands down, Zoo Tampa's an awesome zoo too. But there's something about the Gladys Porter Zoo that made it completely different. The architect, for one, is beautiful. The person that puts their heart and soul into decorating those exhibits for aesthetics, hands down, spends a lot of time. But the most endearing thing, and Flavia and I talked about it, was everybody was family. Everybody knew everybody. When we would ride by in the car, they would say, "Hey, how you doing?" to Colette. Colette, she's like, "Hi, Hector. Hi," all that stuff. It's very, very it's very, very South Texas. So it's a lot of very Hispanic, and I just lost Kim. Um, and so the language and the family and the love was there. And just hearing Colette talk Spanish and all that kind of stuff was really awesome. Hey, Kim. And
Right.
and everybody there just took to us, and they were just so awesome. And it's that, we went to eat and we had some great food, and it was own mom and pop shop, been there forever. And that whole family, that unity feeling made that zoo awesome. And everybody who took us in there and everybody I've ever met from Gladys Porter are some of the coolest fucking people, hands down, I've ever met. Seriously. And I got to say that for sure.
You have like such a, it's like a childlike experience when you go to a mom and pop store or shop, or like everybody acts that friendly way. I don't know what it is like for me it's airports. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like you have this childlike, I don't know, like excitement over it, and that's how mom and
What's up,
pop
Brian?
areas.
Yes, well, this zoo is a huge AZA zoo, huge. But the way that people are, everybody's in charge and of their own areas, and they all help each other when they need it. I've been to a lot of places, and there's a couple places where people complain like, "Well, I don't want my keepers have to look like this, or someone can't be dirty or whatever." But this one girl that helped us out, that walked up, she was taking care. She had it looked like someone dumped hay all over her body. She had been working her ass off out there, and that's what a keeper does. I mean, these people spend time with these animals, and they do it. I've never been offended that someone's been dirty or had a dirty shirt on or look dirty. That just shows that you're really putting some care into stuff, And who wants a fucking corporate feel? I'm not into the corporate thing. I know some people are. I understand PC, political correctness. I also understand customer service. I do. I know I look like a wild man, but even if I don't like somebody and they're paying customer, I treat them just like anybody else because they're paying customer, and I get that. But that zoo is awesome. So yes, Ashley, that was your zoo is great, and you do a great job there, and all your stuff is cool, and everything is cool, and I had a great time, and I wish I had more than a day to spend there. I really did. And we got to go to Colette's house, and it's a much older house on 20 acres, and it just was awesome. I mean,
That's awesome.
I felt like I was in the Wild West, like I was sleeping at the OK Corral. It was the coolest thing. I mean, the wood frame ceilings with the beams that go across and stuff support. It was badass, dude.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sad too, Ashley, that we missed you guys. We missed Tony too. We got to come back again. Flavio and I have to make another trip, probably sometime in February. So I'm sure I'm going to try to catch you guys there for sure. Definitely try to catch you guys. So for sure. Let's see here, what do we got here? I'm trying to get out of this. People are sending me more stuff.
Mr. Popular.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, well, we missed Tony because I think she was having knee surgery. She was having her knee fixed, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I felt that's good. I hope your knee's doing good. And if she comes on, you see her, Ashley, tell her I said we hope her knee's doing a lot better. I know that sucks. Surgery sucks. The Wild West, I might reconnect with my inner Ornette outlaw there. You might, Dan. You just might. I got to tell you something. Florida's awesome. I was born and raised in Florida. I grew up here. I've been to other states. I've lived in other states. I'm very old, and I've had a lot of time to get around. One of my favorite states I've ever been to is Arizona, and hands down, I would live in Arizona again, 100%. I love it out there. And South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota is an amazing place. Fuck the weather. That's all I got to say about that. But other than that, it's beautiful. The people are nice. The land is wide open. The Native Americans there are awesome. It's an amazing state. I just wish it didn't snow in June. I mean I don't want to have 2 months of summer. I need a little bit longer than that. But if it didn't, I would live there. And if you get to travel, going out to Reptile Gardens, man, Terry Phillip and Reptile Gardens, man, they do some amazing work out there with stuff. Please go see it. It's an awesome place to go visit. So there's some, and then I come back here and I love Florida, but then I get here and it's just like, dude, it's fucking. If you're not by the beach, it's all cracker box houses and gas stations, and I mean, I try to make the best. I try to animate my house to make it different and fun and everything. But everybody's got the same mentality. They get up to go to work. They come home. They sit around. They drive to the store and they get a sandwich. I mean, there's nothing to do. Like I watch stuff. I watch people like that. Katie's family lives in South Dakota. And her brother's always hiking or taking his kids up into the mountains. What do you do here? You walk by a canal and you look at it and you see a fucking turtle. I mean, it's just there's some places in Florida that are amazing, but you got to go to them. But for the most part, these people live in it's just awesome. Even Kip, which is Katie's brother, his house, dude, it's killer. It was built like 100,000 years ago, right? And so you get to go down these cellars and shit, and they live, and it's up against this mountain, and you look down over at Rapid City. I don't know, dude. It was really cool. And Jimmy and I stayed at her parents' in town house, and it was like one of the very first houses built in the city of Rapid City, South Dakota. So I don't know, dude. That to me is just awesome. Dan said he loves Florida, but the humans are destroying the environment and building houses everywhere. They are. They built it up. They really are. And it's sad. There's a lot of wide open spaces in Florida, but nobody wants to live there. They want to be on top of each other. It's like these motherfuckers that go to the beach. I try to find a spot to sit by myself, and every fucker wants to sit on top of the next fucker. Let's see if we can sit as close as we can to them and put our tent up, and we can all gather like ants. See, when I go there, I want to walk all the way to the end so I don't have to look at humans. That's why I go. But this weird thing about people, blah, blah, blah. And Katie said, Dan's laughing, haha, because he understands what I mean. And then Katie said, but it's freezing cold most of the year. I know. But Arizona, goddammit, let me tell you something, man. That place is absolutely rad as shit, dude. I love Arizona. Love it. Let me make Kim's face a little bigger. There she is. I love Arizona for sure. And I mean, you're in Alabama, right? It's fucking cold there.
It's cold as shit. Like, I can't. Everybody's like, oh, you have no fashion sense. I'm like, no, sweatpants and fleece leggings and long sleeve is all I can wear. I mean,
now,
shit,
Brandy Edstrom's here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. She cut in. She's laughing too, but Brandy's from Arizona. Brandy Edstrom, she's one of our managers at the zoo, but she is from Arizona. Her and her husband moved here. But yeah, back to what you were saying, Kim. It's freezing, right? Really freezing?
It's not even, and we're in the South. We're a southern state, and it is freezing out.
I know. Do you have a train going by out there? I heard a train.
I do have a train.
I have one by me too. I love that sound.
No, trains are great. I don't have a problem with trains. I have a problem with, I don't even know.
Cold weather. You have cold weather. Well, you live in an area that I've been to your place. It's cold there, but you have a really nice property. Your place is out and about. It's nice. You guys have werewolves and Sasquatch and shit. It's out there.
I have no neighbors. I don't see people unless I want to. It's great.
And then Katie said, nope. I still want to go further south.
I want to go more north.
Further south. Yeah, I mean, Florida's just the further down you get to. It's just, I mean, it's just.
I can't.
I don't know.
Can't do
Dan
it.
says werewolves don't catch. What's he say? Don't catch me howling at the moon. I hope not, because you're a vampire, Dan. You're not a werewolf. Katie said, I want to be somewhere where the weather never gets below 73. Well, that's almost impossible, but it could be fine. You just can't live in the United States, probably. It would have to not be in the United States. You'd have to live in Costa Rica or something like that, right by the equator, or Africa.
Guam does not get below 70 degrees.
That's nice, too. Guam's pretty awesome, too.
Super tropical.
Katie said I could do without the humidity. Yes, but you know what? With the humidity, dude, you're going to have it if you go to a tropical state. You're going to deal with it for sure. I think Hawaii's like that. I don't think it gets cold in Hawaii either. I really don't. I could be mistaken, but I don't think it gets that cold there.
The Pacific just does not get cold. Like if you're talking the west coast of the Pacific does not freeze like that.
Joseph said, if I leave Florida, it's going to be for Cuba, Belize, or Costa Rica. Yep.
You don't want
Belize probably doesn't get real cold either. You're probably right. Costa Rica is wonderful, but I think you got to come back like every so many months. I think John Brickle, his wife is there. I think they live there, and so he has to leave every now and then, or he has to. I don't know. He'll have to tell you. I know he has to leave every couple of months.
Puerto Rico would be easy. It's a U.S. territory. You don't need a passport. And I have a friend out there, and he bought a house for like literally nothing, and he's making it the way he wants. And he has like one of those infinity pools. Bought it for nothing. Came with the infinity pool, and he's living his best life, eating best food, and he goes snorkeling.
It'd be nice out there. It'd be nice out there. I think that's cool. Dan said, Troy, I kind of might know the answer, but can you tell me why the Acutus in Costa Rica are so massive, like 16 foot, unlike anywhere else? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, man. First of all, where they're at in that area that they're at is always warm. They don't have to battle any cold weather, and that'll slow down any reptile's growth. Everybody knows that too. We wipe the fuck out of ours. We're lucky we even have what we have left in Florida. We wipe them out through population, killing, contamination, overhunting. I mean, we did a terrible job on the crocs here. Some of those crocs you see that are 16 feet or 67 years old. Those are monster crocs out there. And under that bridge and shit, nobody lives there. So these animals just get fed nonstop. It's hot. So it's very different where you go. And that's pretty much one of the reasons why, to my knowledge, and what I've talked about. But I'm sure there's a greater answer that an academic could give you. You might want to text Marissa Tellez and ask her. She would know. She works a lot with the American croc population, so she'd probably know some more stories about that. Katie said, I want Southern Cali weather without Cali. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, California, it depends on where you're at. It gets pretty cold at night, though, Kate. It gets below 73. It gets like 56, 57 when you're down there.
That's downfall. And then the people, like she said.
Oh, sorry, guys. I had to hit the bubbler. Thank you. Sometimes nothing like that fresh ground weed, folks. If you don't do it, you're missing out. You're just really missing out. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I love Florida, but Arizona is just amazing to me. So what you're saying, Dan says, so what you're saying is anyone should honor even seeing a 12-foot croc in Florida because that's not that big, but it was kind of rare. Correct. Now, listen, they know about where most of the crocodiles are. There might be some bigger ones in South Florida. There's a big male, and I'm not sure how big he is, that lingers between some of the islands out there, and he's not always up there in Flamingo. So the croc docs know a lot about every single croc there, and another area is over by the power plant. And Mike Lorette, he's really knowledgeable about that stuff. You guys can find him on Instagram and ask him. He's got a lot of questions. Or he could answer a lot of questions. And he's one of the croc docs over there. And I've seen some videos of his, and some of those crocs from a distance look pretty giant. A lot of big preorbital rise. So for those of you who don't know, the preorbital rise is on the snout. The males have these big preorbital rises. But Gatorama has some females that are ginormous. So I'm sure that there are some out there that might be pretty big that are very reclusive. In Florida, our crocodiles are very reclusive. They don't really care that much for people. They're a lot like me. So when they see them coming, they dip. And so I think at the end of the day, that might be another thing too. There's probably some giant alligators out there too, Dan, that we don't even know about. We think we do. And there are sightings of some of these monster gators that people just can't get to. I mean, you would need the right supplies to do it. You would need the right places to see it. And they're smart. They don't get that big by being dumb. Dude, like 11-foot females like Gatorama. Yes, there are. And when we were out there catching them and doing the key print and sexing them, yeah, they're big. That's big. An 11-foot female croc is big. That's a big girl. Like that movie. That's a big bitch. Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. I think that's where that came from.
Very possible.
Dan said, I was waiting to see a 12-plus gator in the wild. That's legendary to me. Well, go to Louisiana, brother, and you'll see them all day long. Believe me. They're big up there. They got some big gators there.
I mean, shit, you can drive down I-10 and you'll see them on the side if you actually stop and look in the fucking bayous and the thickets.
Yeah, there's big ones out there. Yep. Louisiana's got some monster alligators. Jimmy and I were coming back at an alligator farm, a wild alligator farm. So they have all this property and they're all out there doing their thing. Like they're not in cages the way you think they are. They got these big, super light powder white and pink mouths, and they're gigantic, dude. They're just gigantic. So anybody should go see those if they have a chance to see them down there. It'd be awesome. Man, I can't believe we lost John. I want him to talk shit. He's such a shit talker. I kind of miss him. Let's see here. I know they do, but it would be more rewarding to see one that's big in the state. Hey, man, he's got to get around. You haven't gone all over the state either. You go down south. You need to go up north, too. There's some places up north, man. Really. The Withlacoochee River has a bunch of them in there. Big Lake Harris, too. Big Lake Harris has some monster fucking alligators, Dan. Monster. So you need to definitely go up north. Start traveling north instead of going down south all the time. I could probably get you some information on where to go. I just made Kim Murray small. That's weird. She got small there for a minute. There we are. We're back in business. That was weird for a second. Anyways, yeah. So what the heck is that? Noise in here. Ghosts keep bothering me and shit sometimes. We all know about that. Yeah, me too, Joseph. You ever get out there and kayak? I will. You text me, I'll go with you sometime. I've been out there. I'll take my 14-foot out and go look. There's some big monsters in the Hillsborough. You don't know where else? Mayaca. I've seen some big gators in Mayaca too. So you should do that too, Dan. Maybe I'll take Dan and we'll get in the Mayaca River together and we'll go early in the morning and we'll go look and see what we got out there for sure. That would be awesome.
To get Lake Louisa State Park, but that's up near my dad in Clearmont. I remember I used to go horseback riding out there, and I came up on lake. It was either Lake Louisa or it was like one of the mini spouts from her, and there were several big alligators in that lake.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you can tell too. You can look and see that they're like battleships.
I was like, nobody goes in there though unless you pay it, and you're only paying to go hiking or horseback riding. People aren't going in there and hunting them, so they just have room to grow and fucking live.
So I had been telling Flavio forever, we need to go to Mayaca, man, the hole. That was when him and I went for the first time. I think I went with him. We had a really good time out there, but I actually had COVID, so I was dying by the time I got home, and I didn't realize it. But deep hole, dude, those are mini alligators, but you go up the whole river system, the big bulls are on the river system. They don't go into the hole. That's where they chase all the little ones. So you got to go up there and check that out too, man, for sure. We got to kayak it, Dan. We have to kayak it. I will take you and kayak it with you, dude, as long as you're in your own kayak, because you'll get so excited you'll flip ours. I actually got charged really bad and super aggressively. So did Katie at Mayaca. I had one fly off the riverbank, come all the way up to the kayak, and then slam the side and dip. I thought he was going to take a big chunk, and he was a good-sized alligator. He was no joke. It would have been a nightmare to fuck with him. Then Katie got real close to one, and he jumped in, and then he went up underneath her kayak, and he pushed her up out of the water. He lifted her up out of the water and dropped her, and then took off. He was saying, listen, this is my area, motherfuckers.
Wild, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Dude, I counted like 80 gators in that hole. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you did. There's a lot of them out there. I've been going out there for years. I like the deep hole. Like I said, Katie's kayaked that river with me. She remembers. Our friend Stu was with us. We went early one morning. It was really, really awesome. And we had a really good time out there in the river kayaking. It was cool. And there's some giant alligators out there. Some big ones. Also, Circle B Ranch. Circle B. Yeah, Corey, we'll go. I'll take you out there, man. You'll see what I mean. There's some big ones out there. Monster gators, dude. And people don't realize it. There's a lot of them that run up that Mayaca system. And they get off in all these chutes that people can't get in with boats and stuff. So unless you're planning on squeezing in some of these areas with kayaks where you wouldn't even think to go through, you won't see them. But they're all around out there, and they're big. Now, Circle B Ranch over here near Lakeland, Florida by me, that's a protected area. So the alligators are not allowed to be hunted. So all they do is get big. They eat deers, small children that fall off their bikes, disposed of bodies, and they just get big. Circle B is some beast. They do, bro. Joseph said they had some beasts. He's absolutely correct. They're monstrous. Matter of fact, that's the place that made the news when all those people were filming this giant alligator walk across the pathway. That was at Circle B Ranch. And they're so big and they're so rough at times that during breeding season, they actually close down those trails. You can't walk back there during breeding season for the safety of the average human. They won't let you because you know why. The bulls get a little horny and angry and they run you out.
Don't blame them.
They get running you out, dude. Running you out. The Alligator Alley Trail at Circle B is insane when it comes to huge gators. Yeah, dude. I think so. We ought to go out there. I take my bicycle out there sometime and I go banging through those trails. We ought to just go ride out there one day, man, and go take a look. I love that shit. I would definitely do that. Well, we're coming up on the last minute of the hour. We have about a minute and a half left. Is there anything cool that's going on right now by you, Kim, you want to talk about real quick?
Anything cool in Alabama? Not really. No, sir. Although
Really?
I did bring up as a key fact that human scientists or doctors successfully put a pig's kidney into a human and they were able to make it work, which has been a feat for the last 10 years. Not that that was in Alabama, but I thought that was pretty cool because
that's really awesome.
you can do pig hearts, but they've never been able to do kidneys. And there's a lot of people on a kidney transplant list. And the fact that you can use a pig kidney into a human is pretty fucking cool.
Let's start fucking killing them all then. Fuck it. Get them on the firing squad. Shoot them all. Take the kidneys. That's about what's going to happen. So when are we going to start donating kidneys to pigs from humans? That might be a good thing to do. Dan said, I'm sorry I'm at home bored, so I can't shut up. Corey said, nah, dude, talking makes it more interesting. It does. I love to hear that, Corey. Dan says some random shit. I know Corey's smiling right now because he does. Dan will come up with some shit sometimes, even in person. So I love it when he's up here chatterboxing. I think it's fun. Dan's a huge Star Wars fan too, and he just goes off about that stuff, man. We have a good time. We really do. Him and Flavio, I have never seen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little piece of history. It's now at 8:00, so I'm going to leave it on this note. The only person I've ever seen fight Flavio with a lightsaber is Dan. So nobody else has ever fought Flavio with a lightsaber but Dan. So that's cool. And he did feed his little buddy to what's his name, Chandler, his TV star guy. He fought him too, but fighting Flavio was different.
Fighting
So there.
Flavio with once in a
With a
lifetime.
lightsaber. They were using lightsabers. Flavio went through him and knocked his glasses off and tried to kill him. It was horrible. I was like, God, take it easy. We're not trying to mutilate him. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. The Motley CROC Show every Sunday at 7. I'm contemplating on moving it to a different day to get more people a little bit more time, maybe closer to the weekend or midweek when you're a little bit more unwound and not so hectic trying to get back to work. Everybody's so pissed they got to go back to work Monday. They're wanting to get to bed, get the kids in bed, and whatever. So I appreciate you guys being out. Kim, thank you for being a guest. John, you kind of popped on. I was glad you came in. And all my other guests here in the chat box next to us, I really appreciate you guys coming out today. Thanks for supporting the CROC Show. We're going to see you again next Sunday, most likely with Marissa Tellez from the Crocodile Research Correlation and anybody else that I invite onto the show that evening. So once again, guys, thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it. Have a great week, and we'll see you next